CruzArmor here. We are looking at this gorgeous vivid black 2024 Street Glide with the new body style. We're going to go ahead and do the top of these bags with our CruzArmor protection. The same bag lids are on the new Road Glides as well as the Street Glides. So we went ahead and prepped this surface already. So if you want to know how to do that, go ahead and check out their prep video, which will show you all the things you need to do to get your surface ready, as well as a step 2 tips and techniques video, which will show you just all the ins and outs of CruzArmor PPF and how to deal with all the little things that might happen along the way. And then we're going to jump back and go ahead and do the step 3 actual installation. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We're going to go ahead and install this saddlebag lid kit. So we want everything good and wet. Wetter the better. You want, when you put this thing on, you want it to be able to slide on a layer of soap. So that's what's happening right now. So it's moving around. We're going to go ahead and lock down just this front edge from here to here, not around the corner, just this kind of front 6-inch edge here. So we're going to hit it with some of the alcohol mix, which will wash out the soap. You want to come up to the edge here, make sure everything is straight across there. And lock that down. Again, with that alcohol, that's going to completely anchor this whole edge. You want to squeegee it really good, make sure that everything's out of there. And you can even test and see. So now when you pull this thing, you see that front edge just sticks, okay? So we want to make sure all these little corners aren't going to lift when we do that. Perfect. Okay, so that's locked down. Now what we're going to do is come to the back. So I'm going to make sure that there's soap up under there. You don't want to lift it completely up and allow dust to get in, but it's good to make sure that you got this thing sliding around. Now we're going to come to the back where we're going to lift up just the last couple inches, and we're going to hit that with the alcohol and wash out the soap off the bag right there. So now when we put this down and stretch it back, it's going to bite. And what you'll see this, like how this works, this little lip here is going to go over the edge, and you have kind of another little step which will be up on top of here, and you're looking at this side little ear piece which will just fit right in the side there. So we'll go ahead and move her back. I'll spray a little alcohol on top also, so that when you put your hand here to push, your hand will stick. And then it's just a matter of kind of assisting it, wiggling it back and forth, and getting it right there, right where you want it. And I'm holding down with these fingers just for a moment while I can get back here and squeegee that alcohol down, and then run it over the corner or over that back edge there. Okay, so we spraying everything, making sure everything's good and soapy up underneath and on top so that the squeegee slides. And again, now everything's locked in up front and the back. So everything in between is still full of soap and slippery, as you can see. So we're just going to start moving from the front edge back. Again, starting from within this area that you know is locked down, so you're not leaving bubbles or liquid. And you're just going to start moving everything back. I'm applying a good amount of pressure. As long as you keep the top of the film wet, you're not going to cause any damage to the film. And we're also going to start from the back in that anchor area and move forward. And all that will kind of meet in the middle here, and then you can just curve it out to one side or the other. And just push everything out over the edge. I'm going to give it one more time so that we know that everything is completely out of there. No liquid, no little bubbles, everything. Okay, so now the top and these little sides are pretty good. Now we're going to deal with just this little corner here. So we have little fingers here. I'm using the alcohol spray, just kind of spraying up under there. Now what I'm going to do is just pull this down to get rid of this little finger like you learned in the step 2 tips and technique video. So we're just going to pull it both this way to get rid of these and this way to get rid of these, okay? And you can kind of go back and forth and find the in-between where it's just right. And just use your squeegee right there. Again, if it wants to come back, you might need a little more alcohol up in here. There we go. And again, just pulling it down and over a little. Okay, and that'll dry up there in a minute. So we'll come back to that. But now all we do is just kind of move everything again. Just keep moving everything to this edge. And now we just have this side edge, which is slippery, but we're going to put some alcohol up underneath the front of this. And actually, we can put a little alcohol the whole way. So when we squeegee this down, it's going to stay. And we start up here where we know it's squeegeed and just keep moving over that edge. And I'm just pulling it just a little. You can get little areas like this. Again, just pulling it a little bit that way, it will take out those little fingers. And now we're going to do the same thing up here at the front. This tab little area. And we're going to make sure that that's stuck there and just move this towards the front to fill that little gap. Now we can deal with this little area because we stretched it, so it just needs to relax a little bit. We stretched it pretty good when we were pulling it down. So again, I just let it relax a few minutes. The film is so forgiving, just be patient with it. If you see something you don't like, if you're like, oh, I want that down a little, then lift it a little bit. Put a little alcohol in there. Move it to exactly where you want it. And squeegee it out. Now you just make sure everything on the inside is locked down the same. Use a little alcohol on that edge. And then go around. And once you get that whole inside squeegee down, just take a dry towel, wipe everything down, make sure and go the direction of the film so that you're not lifting up an edge anywhere, going against the grain of the edge. Wipe her down anywhere you have, again, these little fingers. Watching that tips and techniques video, you'll understand how some of these work, and giving them time, letting them dry out if you need a heat gun, etc. All those little techniques are explained in that tips and techniques video. And with that, just let her cure. Thanks for watching.